Hey everyone, and welcome along to today's market update. My name is Paul Bottrell. I'm the founder of Actions to Wealth and Online Trading Profits. We're going to start off today by having a look at the news for today, the economic calendar, and this is based off Singapore time. Wednesday today, US dollar PPI and core PPI month on month. Let's have a little look at the information on that. Change in price of finished goods and services sold by producers. So look, when we have a look at this, we've had an expectation here that this will come in at 0.2, last time 0.4. I think what we're going to see here is that at the moment, with the Fed saying that interest rates are no big deal, there's no real interest in this. And even if pricing was to start going up and the economy normally would give us some concern at this stage, I don't think it would. It's not much news, and I don't think it'll have a lot of effect in this particular market. Tomorrow, RBA low comes out and speaks again, and we'll have a look at employment change and unemployment rate in Australia. As I said yesterday, unemployment in Australia comparatively pretty good at 7%, 6.8%, and we'll wait and see where it goes. A shocker there may have a bigger impact than the PPI news. Fully Fed, got to watch Fully Fed while it's on as news. It can also have a impact on the market. It's the Fully Fed manufacturing index in the US. Core retail sales coming on the US on Friday, and that'll wind our week up. As far as news for the week, not a lot today. Actually, today overall reasonably quiet. We'll keep an eye on those PPI numbers. Now, when it comes to the charts, we have seen earlier in the week Bitcoin open and stay above our triangle, and appears to have been consolidating at this level now. And I'd expect that we may see this consolidate for some time again. With these types of ranges, for me, I'll watch this bar here pretty carefully. A close above or below, it's starting to give me some suggestion of direction and interest me in making a bit more of a move. I know that this bar and the market they're in right now, it loosely lines up with some periods of consolidation recently we've had. Again, not exactly, but roughly. It certainly gives us some previous support and resistance. And I think this bar will take a pretty important part for now. A run below, we'll come back down and test the triangle again, and above run above and see us looking into levels around here and the recent highs on Bitcoin. NASDAQ, well, on a bull run, and again, we did talk about how it had put in this double bottom, come up and put in a higher high, come back and put in a higher low. The higher low was a bit consolidating again, not as sharp as we'd like, but it's taken off, broken this, and from this point on, the most likely outcome is a test of 12,408, the previous open and close highs. I'd expect to see that in the next couple of days. We'll keep an eye for that. If it doesn't happen, that would concern us a little bit. US 500, a little bit of consolidation sell-off yesterday after the four-day run up, and we'll watch this with a little bit of interest again. Personally, I quite like this pattern here, where you get the extended bar followed by the inside bar coming down to halfway. For me, this often plays out down to the bottom of this bar here, at least. Right now, I'll watch this pattern with some interest, but without too much money involved, just because, again, we have this really clear target up here in the recent highs at 3577. Gold turned in the big selling day yesterday. And has come back into this earlier range between the 100-day moving average and monthly pivot. And as long as it's in this range, we've got weekly pivot in here as well. And as long as it's in this range, I could see it hanging around here for quite a while. Now, while this was a break and looked pretty good for a break long, it's now a false breakout on a daily chart, and would suggest to us that a break in the bottom could carry some power. So we'll watch it around this 100-day moving average and see if we get a break below it. For now, we'll use the triangle. We're sitting above the triangle, and because we're sitting above the triangle, we're going to say overall we're still a little bit bullish. But a break below this triangle would certainly get us to be a lot more interested in the short side of gold. And dollar yen continuing to consolidate inside this range. Looks like it's going to test the bottom of this range again. And we'll watch that with some interest. It's an important point, and really no decisions made here until we start and clear out of these areas. What we really would like to see here is a run below and a retest and a move down. And there is some, while it's not a major trend line coming off a complete top, I'd imagine that this is starting to come into play. So definitely some recent lower highs in the bigger picture, definitely some recent lower lows in the bigger picture. And a run below does look possible. For now, we have to wait and see, because a bounce here again just puts it back in this range and likely to test this trend line. XTI, another one that really did very little yesterday for us, continues to sit inside the hole formed, the gap formed in February, and we're now seeing just more consolidation in this area. And again, I'd suggest that overall momentum is to go from the top to the bottom, but we will wait and see how that plays out. But that would be my suggestion at this point. Euro US dollar, again, come out of this range, and gosh, we're talking a little while now, aren't we? We're talking about back in July, we moved into this daily range, had a little breakout, thought we were heading down, but has now consolidated back in and continues to consolidate back in. And we will consider it to be in the range until we get a confirmed break on either side. Again, here, I think the most, the most likely play possibly is to see the bottom of the range and see us move back up towards the top of the range. I think we also need to be aware that there does appear to be some form of, now, look, this isn't technically perfect or anything, but it just gives you something to look at. There's a little something forming there, and maybe a retest to that level there. Maybe if I take this, instead of from here, bring it down to here. Another test and rejection of this, and we would again be starting to put in lower highs. We do have a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. So while we're inside the range, there are lower highs and lower lows forming. And again, a break below here and a close below here would give us some reason to be pessimistic and start and head down towards these levels here. I think that's it for me today. If you have any currencies that you would like me to review each day, just let me know and put them into the conversations on the social media team. Will let me know, and I'll add them to the list. I'm happy to have a look at any charts that you guys would like to have us have a look at. Trying to stay around 10 a.m. Singapore, maybe making some changes to that time next week, but for this week we'll try and stay around that time. Hopefully you guys can join us tomorrow. It's our pleasure to take you through the market each day and have a look at the economic updates that are coming out as well. We will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining us today.